Greetings to you, all wonderful people of God. Today is a wonderful day that the Lord has made, and we are glad in it. I welcome you back to my YouTube channel where we focus on single Christian parenting. And in today's episode, I want to share part 3 of my story. And for those who might have missed part 1 and 2, just a quick recap. In part 1 and 2, I was discussing about how I met the father of my child, my love, and my husband. And eventually, after we were dating long distance, it so happened that in the end, we got to meet my parents, where he also paid lobola. Then afterwards, he left to go back to America. Then, unfortunately, he was involved in a tragic accident that took his life. And fast forward, this is now part 3 of that story. After we buried him, life was no longer the same, because when he was in America, I used to get all the support that I needed. Even if I was working, that money that I used to get my salary, it was for me to do whatever I like with that money, because he was taking care of me and my daughter and everything that I needed, from paying the maid and everything that I needed, he was providing, including sending the clothes for my child. She had clothes that she used up to the age of 5, but he passed on when she was only 2.5. So it means that he used to buy clothes in different sizes. So though some of the clothes, she used them even beyond 5 years, I can say. She had she had suitcases and suitcases of clothes that he used to send each time. So life then was very good, but imagine now the person who used to provide for you with all sorts of things. Now he's gone. So it wasn't easy. Life was no longer the same. So my daughter was now staying with my parents whilst I was working. So each time I would just go to visit my daughter whenever I had chance to go and visit. And little did I know that this affected me grossly, because I found myself in hospital. I was always in and out of hospital, but I didn't know what was happening to me. But what I can remember, I used to have these severe headaches. I used to feel weak. I used to feel tired. I used to feel what can I say? There were lots of things that were not okay with me. I was just not happy. I was just, you know, I was never a happy person. There was something, I felt empty. But then, unfortunately, when I look back, I see that uh, life these days and back then, I don't think it's the same, because maybe for some people it was better, but for me, when I look back, I didn't get like 100% support that I could have got. I'm not blaming my parents, I'm not blaming anybody regarding this, because I feel back then people also did not have awareness when it comes to issue, how to deal with grief and all these other things, because I feel that back then, whenever someone had lost their spouse or so forth, um, people would just be with you for a short time. After that, they leave you to carry on with your life. But nowadays, you find that even if you don't get the support that you need from people, we have got so many avenues that we can get awareness as to how we to deal with such matters. You can watch online, you can watch from different social media platforms. You can even get teachings, but then from the TV, radio. But then, because we had limited access to such, it means that, oh, they were not there at all. You'd find that if someone had not come to talk to you, then it means that you do not get the help that you needed. So I found myself in hospital, and one of the doctors who came to visit me whilst I was in hospital is the person who first helped me, and I want to thank that doctor. And I remember I was in the ward, and he came to my room and he asked me this question, why I was in hospital. And I said, how can he be? That was I thinking from inside to say, how can he be asking me such a question? He can see that I'm not feeling well, and he's asking me why I'm in hospital. I thought he was rude or he was very insensitive, but he kept on asking me different questions, and eventually he said that he thought that I didn't need the high blood pressure tablets that I was taking. I didn't need the sleeping tablets that I needed. All I needed was therapy. And I was like, why is this doctor so mean? So he referred me to go and see a specialist. But upon arrival, when I arrived at the doctor's rooms, one thing that amazed me was to see that outside it was written Dr. So and so, psychiatrist. And I was like, what's wrong with that doctor who has sent me here? So does he think that I'm not okay that he sends me to a psychiatrist? But then I just entered inside. I said, let me just go in and find out why I've been sent here. But when I got there, uh, the doctor was just talking to me. Then later he mentioned that I had reached a very severe depression where I needed help. So during those sessions, I would just be there. She would be asking me questions. I was crying. I tell you, I was crying. The questions that she was asking me were sensitive, so I would be crying. And the only thing that she would do, she would just put a box of tissues in front of me. I didn't know that is how they do in therapy. So I cried myself. I cried myself out, and that was the first session. Second session, I went back again, and this time around, she asked if I could bring my tablets the next visit. So when I went for the third visit, that is when she said that she was going to take my medication. I was like, why would you take my medication? Why would you take my sleeping tablets? How am I going to sleep without my medication? But she said, I remember when she was grabbing them, I wanted to jump and grab the medication from her. But she just said to me, go and try to sleep without them. And I tell you, for those few days that I was sleeping without the medication, it wasn't easy. And one thing during this therapy that helped me, I cried a lot. I cried a lot to the point that I couldn't cry anymore, because all that I had bottled inside, all the pain, all the grief that was inside, as I continued to cry, it was coming out, and it was a sort of therapy. It was sort of my healing. And I want to thank that doctor for that. I want to thank Dr. Niwatiwa, who helped me to recover from depression. It helped me. So I just had 4 sessions with her, and those sessions, they were so intense because I would spend hours and hours in the rooms, where I would be releasing all the pain out of my from inside. I can't explain. It is only someone who has experienced grief who can understand, because even if I'm to explain, that pain is unexplainable. I can't explain that feeling that I had. So eventually, I started to feel better each time. And I want to thank God for that, because one of the major things that I learned in this session was that never bottle up things. Whenever you feel pain, whenever there's something that is troubling you, please confide in someone. confide in someone. And one thing that I learned is I don't care whether you are, after I've told you my story, and you go and share it, and you go and say it the way you like to share, it's your problem. As long as whatever that has been paining me is out. And so that's what I learned. Because, but I'm not saying just go about and tell everybody. There are some people, of course, that you can go to, and when you go to them to share your story, they respect you and they will not go about talking to everybody. So please pardon me if I said that I don't care, but I'm just trying to say that there are certain times whereby you need to release that. You need to release what is troubling you so that you are at peace. Because even the Bible, it says that God has not given us um, uh, God has given us peace that surpasses all understanding. So it is something that we need, and once you don't have that, then there is a problem. So now I learned all those things to say I can never stay with something. The joy of the Lord is my salvation. I need the joy. I'm a joyful person. I need to be joy. I'm not saying that I don't get stressed or waked up sometimes. I do. But immediately, I always go back and remember the words of that doctor who told me that don't take things at heart. Rather, release whatever is troubling you so that it won't affect. Remember, it affects even your health. It affects your health. It affects your well-being, because imagine your mental health, everything is affected. Because if your mind, or if you don't have peace, your mind will not also work well. So it means that if you are working, you won't function well. If you have got a business, that business won't be fruitful. If you have got children, you won't be able to take care of your children, and you won't be able also to take care of yourself. So there's a lot at stake if you are unsettled. So that is what I learned from this. So grief and depression is grief comes with a depression if it is not attended well. So I've to avoid uh, depression, you need help. If you can't get help from your family, if you can't get help from your pastors, if you can't get help from the therapist, a trained therapist, seek help from God, because He said He will give us peace. And this is a promise. It is a promise, because God never fails. What He says He will do, that is what He will do. His promises are real. So once you know that there is a God you can go to once again to with all your burdens, because He said, cast your burdens unto me, and he will be the one that will take away all that pain. It's a process. I'm not saying it's easy. This is a process. It might take, people heal in different ways. People heal in different times and duration. Some can take, you'll find that another person might think that, why is this person still grieving? But I've seen so and so who when they lost their loved one, after a year or two, they moved on. People grieve in different ways. Where another person can take 1 year, another can take 10, another one can take 20 years, another one can take it their lifetime. So it depends on how a person grieves. But here I'm just giving you how I feel about this, how I feel about how grief, how we can help each other. I'm not a therapist, but I'm here to just advise with the experiences that I've gone through, to say that seek help. Seek help. If there is help that you can get, please do so before this is going to affect your mental health, before it is going to affect you and your children, because you end up being dysfunctional and as a result not being able to take care of your children. You can even lose your life and not being, your children now will be left alone without anyone being able to take care of them. So it's very imperative for you to look into it, that you get the help that you need. So fast forward, life went on like that. I got the help that I needed from Dr. Newatiwa. And I remember as well my father's words. I remember when he was talking to me, one of the things that he said to me, he said that, if he said to me, because I've got two younger sisters, he said, Sabile, you need to stand up and work on this pain that you are going through. Because if you continue in this rate, I'm telling you, you are going to lose. We are going to lose you. What will happen to your daughter? Who is going to take care of you? Remember, these sisters of yours, they are going to be your daughter's aunties, not the mother. Because remember, your sisters are also going to get married, so they cannot offer your daughter the love, the same love that they will offer to their children. So please, wake up, stand up, shake yourself, and please promise me that you are going to work hard, you are going to be strong for your daughter. And I want to thank God, because God has been faithful, because He gave me the strength that I needed over the past years. It has not been an easy journey, because along the way there were moments when I could feel pain. Especially, there are times that I would always remember Paul, because he used to be there for me in everything. There are times whereby, especially at school, there was the moment that my daughter, at the school that she was, it was a boarding school, and fees were a challenge. I would think of Paul. I would always think that I wish Paul was around so that he could help me. I wish he was around. There are moments even now that when things are not moving in the way that they should, I always think about him. He always has a place in my heart, because there are certain moments that I can always say that maybe if he was around, he was going to advise me in one way or the other. Because life, it will never be the same. Once you have loved someone with all your heart, no matter the others who might come, I'm not saying that they are not good men out there, but in my case, I was unfortunate in the relationship that I tried, but I know there are good men out there who can, even when you are a single parent, they can come and fit into your life. But I have been raising my child as a single parent, despite, like I said, I was in some relationships which didn't work out as I would have expected. But I'm just urging someone out there to say that do not give up. There is always your boss out there who is waiting to help you and raise your children. But please don't make the mistake of getting into a relationship without you looking at the different aspects. Is that person going to love your child? Are you compatible? Because honestly, when you are now going to be involved in to get in another relationship, you are not coming alone. You are carrying a baggage with you, that is your children. So you need to be very careful. You need also to know before you you get involved, that is this the right person for me, and know their intentions before you just jump into a relationship, because now it involves you are not just coming there alone. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who is watched my videos, and I hope you were blessed with my story, and that if there's someone out there who has been facing challenges as a single parent, I just want to say to you, you are not alone in this community of single Christian parenting. I'm urging, please come in your numbers, or if you know someone who has been going through some things, don't think you are alone. Just urge them to join this community, so that at least we can hear and share our stories and help one another. I want to just say to every one of you who is a single parent, may the Lord continue to bless you. May the Lord continue to keep you and make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you as you continue nurturing and keeping our children. As a single parent, there's still hope out there, and in this community, who knows, as we are going to join, in the long run, we are going to form a group of single Christian parents, and who knows, some are going to be joined, as you are going to be chatting. Who knows, you might meet your boss in there, like I've said earlier on. Thank you so much, and may the wonderful God continue to keep you, and please stay blessed, and please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel, both Facebook and to my YouTube channel, and also to my Facebook page, okay, and TikTok. And please be blessed. I love you all. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Love you all. Thank you.